We're all set for match number 5 of LPL 2020, the Dambula Vikings against the Jaffna Stallions. Let's build our fantasy team then on my 11th Circle Fantasy Pick on ESPN Cricinfo. I'm Rana Kapoor. Russel Arnold is all set to join me. Right, Russell, let's get into our pro tip for this one before I get your thoughts. Both teams winning their first game, so this should be a good one. We're saying that we should go all-rounders galore in this one. Pick the right all-rounders, and that could be the difference between a winning and a losing fantasy side. The all-rounders that we picked are supposedly definite picks. Are you happy with the selections that you've already seen?
Maybe 90%, Rona. There are a few other thoughts that I would like to bring in. When we go through it, I'll discuss that. But there are a few X factors that I feel there are. And there are a couple of players who still haven't really put their hand up, but I wouldn't write off.
I think the more important pro tip is, what's the weather like in your part of the world? We don't want rain-affected short games again in the LPL.
We just certainly don't want it. But the fact is, throughout the day, the weather is beautiful. And it's only towards the evening when the humidity builds that there's risk of rain. So that threat is always there because we come out to play only in the evenings.
All right. Well, let's go out to our player availability point first. And that's that Oshada Fernando is likely to miss this game. He was stretchered off in their last encounter. So keep an eye out on whether the Dambula Vikings opening bat is available for this one. Right, let's go to our team. Before that, quick reminder, on the My 11 Circle app, 100 credits for every user to build their fantasy team. 4 categories of players to pick from: batsmen, bowlers, wicket keepers, and all-rounders. You can pick a maximum of 7 players from one team in any contest, and 4 substitutes will be thrown in as well towards the end. Let's go towards our team. Our captain choice is going to be Avishka Fernando. We're sticking with the same captain for the Jaffna Stallions for a second game in a row. The 22-year-old had a cautious start last game, but then blistering 82 of 43 is what he ended up with. If I recount his last 4 scores at Hambantota, it's 128, 55, 127 and 92 not out. This is across all formats, so don't look beyond Avishka. Vice captain choice, Shanaka, the Dambula Vikings captain. He showed his capabilities with in the last game with a match-winning 37 ball 73, and that included 8 fours and 4 sixes. So started the tournament well. We're going to back Shanaka to continue his good form in the early parts of this year's tournament. We also know he's very handy with the ball. He's picked up 23 wickets in 43 T20 innings. So Dasun Shanaka is our vice-captain choice. Captains give you double the points and vice-captains 1.5 times. So pick them very carefully. Wanindu Hasaranga is among our top picks. He's bowled the most economic spell in the LPL 2020 so far, 2 for 12, where in a game where the opposing side scored in excess of 170. So Hasaranga, always good. Wrist spinner in T20. We're picking him in our top picks. Tisara Pereira as well among the Sri Lankan players in LPL 2020. The Jaffna Stallion skipper has played the most matches. He has the experience, and we're not ruling out another fine all-rounder in Tisara Pereira. Samit Patel, the veteran England all-rounder, also started LPL 2020 quite well. He managed a 38 ball 58 to kick off his tournament. So Samit Patel, again, recent form, he's part of our top picks. Recapping that, Avishka as captain, Dasun Shanaka as vice-captain, Hasaranga, Tisara Pereira, Samit Patel, top picks. Russel Arnold, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, it's hard to look beyond them because they are the ones performing. They are the ones who will have most opportunity. Now, my only thought process against you, Ronak, would be Dasun Shanaka and Samit Patel in the one team, batting lower down the order. Hasaranga and Tisara batting lower down the order again. And it's very hard to think that both will get the opportunity to really put runs on the board. The team has to be in trouble, and you basically don't want that. So I might think on those lines, but I'll let it go for now because they seem to be the stars of the show.
Yeah, it's a good point Russell makes. In these games, we're seeing top order batsmen give you returns. So will you go with so many all-rounders? It's something to consider. Let's go to our differential picks and see if we do squeeze in a few more top order batsmen by the time this 11 is revealed from us. There is Malinda Pushpakumara. We know he's the veteran seasoned spinner in the domestic circuit in Sri Lanka, 33 years of age. He's not got much of a chance in the national side, but we do know he was a leading wicket taker in the domestic T20 competition in Sri Lanka in 2020, picking up 18 wickets in 9 innings. So Malinda is there. Shoaib Malik too. Only 3 cricketers have played more T20 cricket than Shoaib Malik in the world. He's played over 400 games. He has a wealth of experience and he's far from done, is Shoaib Malik. A decent little 27 not out during the successful run chase last time round. So Shoaib Malik is in our differential picks, along with Malinda Pushpakumara. Our full team, Nero Shandikwela is there, Minod Bhanuka, Avishka Fernando, and Upul Taranga. You have some top order batsman options there in that case. Shoaib Malik, Samit Patel, Dasun Shanaka, Tisara Pereira, Wanindu Hasaranga, and Malinda Pushpakumara. So Tujuan Olivier, the fast bowler from South Africa. Our substitute options include Binura Fernando, Tom Moores, Anwar Ali, and Paul Sterling. We're going to throw in an alternate scenario here to wonder what Russell makes of it, that Sterling could replace Upul Taranga if he finds a spot in the 11. Russell, what are your thoughts on that team as well as that alternate scenario?
Alternate scenario, yes. I'm 100% with you. Differential picks, I'm going to throw a name out there that might surprise you, but I think it's a worthwhile point to think on. Malinda Pushpakumara replaced by Usman Khan Shinwari. I feel he will play for the Stallions, and he could be an X factor. So going to your 11, I might be tempted to replace Minod Bhanuka with Tom Moores and Shinwari in for Malinda Pushpakumara. That would be my only changes, and I will think very, very carefully about that.
All right, you have a few extra options from the expertise of Russel Arnold. Thank you very much, Russ. Let's keep an eye out for Usman Shinwari. Keep an eye out for Tom Moores too, and calculate them into your team if you can after the playing 11s after the toss. We'll be back with plenty more tips from Russel Arnold to help you build your fantasy team throughout LPL 2020 on My 11 Circle Fantasy Pick on ESPN Cricinfo.